Assalamu alaikum everyone. Have you ever been in a situation where you felt your blood boiling? Maybe someone cut you off in traffic, or you had a frustrating disagreement at work. That feeling, that intense heat of anger, is something we all experience. It's a powerful and completely natural human emotion. But have you ever stopped to think about what happens when that anger takes control? It can lead to words we regret, actions that harm our relationships, and a deep sense of unease within ourselves. So, the big question is, how do we handle it? How do we stop this fire from consuming us? In Islam, anger isn't seen as something inherently evil that must be completely eradicated. Instead, it's viewed as a force that needs to be understood, managed, and channeled correctly. Our beautiful religion provides us with a comprehensive and compassionate guide to navigating this tricky emotion, turning a potential moment of destruction into an opportunity for spiritual growth and reward. Today, we are going to dive deep into these teachings. We'll explore powerful advice from the Qur'an and the beautiful examples set by our beloved Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him. To learn how to master our anger, not let it master us, let's start with the very first step, the immediate reaction. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, gave us a series of practical, almost physical steps to take the moment we feel anger rising. He advised that if you are angry while standing, you should sit down. If the anger persists, then you should lie down. This isn't just a random suggestion, it's a brilliant psychological trick. By changing your physical posture, you are literally lowering your center of gravity and moving into a less confrontational, less aggressive state. It's an immediate circuit breaker. It interrupts the physiological response of fight or flight that anger triggers, giving you a precious moment to pause and regain control before you say or do something you can't take back. Another immediate action we're taught is to perform wudu or ablution. The Prophet, peace be upon him, said, anger comes from Shaitan. Shaitan was created from fire, and fire is extinguished by water. So if one of you becomes angry, he should perform wudu. Think about the symbolism here. You're not just splashing cold water on your face. You're performing a ritual act of purification. You're washing away the spiritual heat of that anger, cooling yourself down both physically and spiritually. It's a moment to reconnect with Allah and remind yourself that you are in His presence, which helps put the entire situation into perspective. What seemed like a huge deal a moment ago often shrinks when we remember our connection to the divine. Beyond these immediate physical actions, Islam places a huge emphasis on the power of silence. How many times have we blurted out hurtful things in a moment of rage? The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, advised, if any of you becomes angry, let him keep silent. This is profound wisdom. When you're angry, your judgment is clouded. Your words become weapons. By choosing silence, you're not showing weakness. You're demonstrating incredible strength and self-control. You are protecting yourself from sin and protecting others from your own harsh words. It gives you the space to let the initial wave of emotion pass, so you can think more clearly and respond with wisdom instead of reacting with pure emotion. Now, let's talk about a powerful spiritual tool, seeking refuge in Allah from Satan. The Quran tells us, and if an evil suggestion comes to you from Satan, then seek refuge in Allah. Indeed, He is hearing and knowing. Anger is often fueled by the whispers of Satan, who loves to see discord and conflict among people. When you feel that rage building, consciously and verbally say, A'udhu billahi minash shaytanir. I seek refuge in Allah from the accursed Satan. This simple phrase is a declaration of your allegiance. You are actively turning away from the path of conflict that Shaitan wants for you and turning towards the peace and protection that only Allah can provide. It's a powerful reminder of who is truly in control and whose guidance we should follow. But Islam doesn't just give us coping mechanisms for the heat of the moment. It encourages a complete shift in our mindset, focusing on the incredible virtues of patience, forgiveness, and mercy. The Quran is filled with verses praising those who control their anger. In Surah Al-Imran, Allah describes the righteous, the inhabitants of paradise, as those who spend in prosperity and in adversity, who restrain anger, and who pardon the people, and Allah loves the doers of good. Notice the sequence here. It's not just about not getting angry, it's about restraining it and then taking the next step to pardon people. This is the gold standard. Restraining your anger is an act of immense self-discipline, and Allah promises a great reward for it. The Prophet, peace be upon him, said, "The strong man is not the one who can wrestle, but the strong man is the one who controls himself when he is angry." True strength isn't physical prowess. It's spiritual and emotional mastery. This leads us to the beautiful concept of forgiveness. After you've managed to control the initial burst of anger, you're faced with a choice. Do you hold on to that grudge? Do you plot your revenge? Or do you forgive? Islam consistently guides us towards forgiveness. The Qur'an beautifully states, "And the recompense of an evil is an evil like it. But whoever pardons and makes reconciliation, his reward is with Allah." Forgiving someone isn't about letting them off the hook or saying what they did was okay. It's about freeing yourself from the poison of resentment. Holding a grudge is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to get sick. It only hurts you, tying you to a negative past. By forgiving, you are choosing peace for your own heart and soul, and entrusting the ultimate justice to Allah. And who was the greatest example of this? Our beloved Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him. His life is a masterclass in patience and mercy. Think about his return to Makkah. After years of persecution, torture, and exile, he returned as a conqueror. The very people who had plotted to kill him, who had driven him from his home, were now at his mercy. He could have enacted any revenge he wanted. But what did he do? He stood before them and asked, "What do you think I will do to you?" They replied, "You are a noble brother, the son of a noble brother." And he responded with the words of Prophet Yusuf, saying, "There is no blame upon you today. Go, for you are all free." Can you imagine that level of mercy? That is the standard of character we are encouraged to strive for. His example teaches us that true power lies in mercy, not in vengeance. Another key aspect is changing our perspective. Often, our anger stems from a feeling that things aren't going our way, that our rights have been violated, or that we've been treated unfairly. Islam teaches us to trust in Allah's divine plan, or qadar. We must internalize the belief that nothing happens except by His will and wisdom. This doesn't mean we become passive, but it does mean we accept that we don't always see the bigger picture. Perhaps a frustrating delay saved you from an accident. Perhaps a difficult person in your life is a test designed to build your patience and character. When we see challenges not as personal attacks, but as part of a divine curriculum designed for our growth, it becomes easier to respond with patience rather than anger. We start asking, "What is Allah trying to teach me here?" instead of, "Why is this happening to me?" So, to bring it all together, managing anger in Islam is a holistic process. It starts with immediate, practical actions. Change your posture. Perform wudu. Maintain silence. It's reinforced by a powerful spiritual shield, seeking refuge in Allah from Shaitan. And it is sustained by a fundamental shift in our character and worldview. Cultivating patience, practicing forgiveness, and trusting in Allah's plan. It's about understanding that every pang of anger is a test and an opportunity. An opportunity to prove your strength by controlling yourself. An opportunity to earn immense reward by restraining your rage. An opportunity to elevate your status in the eyes of Allah by choosing mercy and forgiveness over retaliation. This path isn't always easy. It requires constant effort, self-awareness, and a sincere desire to please our Creator. But the peace, tranquility, and spiritual reward that come from mastering this emotion are worth every single effort. Thank you so much for joining me today to explore this vital topic. I pray that Allah grants us all the strength to control our anger, to be among those who are patient and merciful, and to follow the beautiful example of our Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. If this video was beneficial, please consider liking it and subscribing to the channel for more content. Assalamu alaikum.